Well, thank you, Dan, and thank you for the great leadership you've provided in this effort, and thanks to Jackie DiCarlo, who really sets the standard for creative nonprofit leadership. You're doing a tremendous job at MANA, and I enjoy co-chairing the Healthy Montgomery Steering Committee with you, and I know that you are about to participate in a very elite leadership development program that will just continue to improve your ability to set that standard for all of our nonprofits here in the community. So a lot of organizations already look up to you, and if they don't, if you don't know about Jackie DiCarlo, I would encourage all the nonprofits here to seek out her mentorship and good example. So I just want to very briefly say I agree with what my friend, the Council President Roger Berliner, said, and he deserves a lot of credit for really rolling up his sleeves and getting into the weeds about the service providers and the faith community and multi-sectoral approach to this problem. It's a very sophisticated document. I'm really quite proud of it, and I'm really quite proud of our affluent and generous and well-resourced county and the sophisticated efforts we're making to meet the needs of those who are left behind. I had a conversation this morning, I'm just going to briefly share it with you, and we've been having a lot of these kinds of conversations. The tragedy of the rape at Rockville High School kind of took the cork out of the bottle of a lot of feelings, and we're hearing from constituents who are asking some fundamental questions, and the questions themselves aren't wrong, but I think the answers that they're suggesting are wrong. So I grew up in Montgomery County. I moved here with my parents when I was 2 years old, and in the 1960s and 1970s, this was an affluent and overwhelmingly white county. And for those who lived here then, as I did, it is not wrong to ask, why did it change? How did it change? What happened? How did we get such a large and diverse population? And how is it that we have so many people in need? And those are not wrong questions to ask, but the answers that are being proposed by those who, like the one I spoke with this morning, I think are wrong. That is, the county council did not allow or permit poor people or immigrants. We don't have that role. We don't get to decide, we're letting you in, you don't get to come in. That isn't part of our job description. And the truth is that we have a dynamic and prosperous economy, and we're at the doorstep of the nation's capital, which is always a solid job base. And so this region and Montgomery County are going to be a magnet for newcomers, and that's a positive thing. We should be proud that we attract people of all means, people who are successful and prosperous and those who need help. In fact, it's a sign of our success. I know sometimes people don't like to hear that, but the challenges that we face, including traffic, including the high price of housing, including overcrowded schools, and including the fact that we have a population in poverty with great needs, are actually closely related to the fact that we're a highly desirable and successful jurisdiction. People want to live here, and it is not the role of government to say, no, we're going to build a wall, we're going to harass you and pester you, we're going to make your life more difficult, we're going to try to kick you out. That's not local government's job. Local government's job is to protect and to serve our residents and to establish an environment where, in a thoughtful and policy-minded and effective and creative way, we are marshaling our resources, as we're doing here today, to meet those needs and to bring everybody along so that everybody can enjoy the prosperity and success. That's what we're about. So that's the right answer. The wrong answer is to try to exclude, to shame, to have stigma, to have prejudice, to have hate. We're seeing too much of that. And so if we model best behavior, if we are the leaders ourselves that we know America needs, ultimately we will prevail against what I am confident is a temporary episode of conflict, friction, prejudice, discrimination, which we are seeing more than ever, but I believe people of goodwill and documents like this one, thoughtful, careful, well-crafted plans for how a multi-sectoral approach can actually solve problems. That's exactly what we need to be doing in these difficult times. So for all of you who have participated and for all of you who are going to continue to do this good work in a multi-sectoral way, working together, sincerely thank you, and it's an honor to be working with you.